Good afternoon. I'm Kevin Walker with the Overland Park Chamber of Commerce. Today, I'm representing the Johnson County Public Policy Council, which is a cooperative effort of the 10 chambers of commerce in Johnson County. With me today is Rachel Faagutu, who's a candidate for Blue Valley School Board. And Rachel, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, before we get into our questions, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and why you've decided to run for the school board?
Okay, awesome. Well, first of all, that was an awesome pronunciation of my name, Rachel Faagutu. I married a big island boy of Samoan descent. He's a super fan football dad in the stands, and he loves being a father, and he loves our children. And he's actually the main reason that I can run. He's my big motivator. So I come from a multicultural family. My mother's Native Hawaiian from Maui, and she taught English and history in public schools that I attended. She is especially passionate about Hawaiian history, and my Hawaiian grandmother affectionately called me her Clorox Hawaiian. My father is Portuguese from the island of Maui. He was an officer in the U.S. Army, and I was raised as an Army brat on military bases all around the world. So my husband and I have children in the Blue Valley schools at the high school, middle school, and elementary school level. And I have a bachelor's degree in agricultural and bioresource engineering, and I recently earned a master's degree from in national security. So another thing I forgot to add is that my husband and I own small businesses. And so I have personally run my own small business for a while now. It's a music business. So.
Well, I appreciate you giving us that overview and opening comments. I think we'll dig into our questions here. I've got to get my list caught up with me. Sorry for the delay.
It's
Rachel.
Okay. It's no worries.
I had the wrong page up. So here we go. As a candidate for the school board, tell us a little bit about your top 3 education policy issues.
The biggest one, that the main central issue of everything, is academic excellence. I'd really like to see the district kind of take a turn from the direction that it's headed. Over the past 10 years, we've seen a slow decline in our achievement in our test scores. And I know that the jury's kind of out on some of those stats, but from my experience, and also the experience of my slate mates and many parents that I've talked to at the door, the academic rigor that Blue Valley was once known for is actually starting to slip. So although it sounds very basic, it is actually a refocusing on the basics, the things that matter. And so that would be back to the 3 R's: reading, writing, arithmetic. And so that would be the main thing. And that's got a few bullet points underneath that. So the second policy that I'd like to see happen is supporting our teachers. I think our teachers really we'd love to see a pay raise for our teachers. And then another thing that I've heard from teachers and also at the doors is that the behavioral issues in the schools need to be addressed. We need some policies for the classroom, and we need to back our teachers up and our paras. And the administration is working hard too, but I think I'd like to see that change. There's issues with classroom safety. And then finally, I'd like to kind of wrap that all into fiscal responsibility, being great stewards of the resources that the Blue Valley community affords us. So.
Well, that's a great segue to my next question. We can't talk about schools without talking about funding. And so yeah. What are your thoughts on the current state of K through 12 education funding?
I actually think that the Blue Valley school system is actually really well funded. I mean, when we talk to the constituents, obviously they feel the pinch in their tax bill, so it's not like we're underfunded in any way. But I do think that the allocation of funds is a major problem. I think we could be a whole lot more strategic about where and how we spend our funds. I'd like to reroute a lot of the funding back into the classroom, hence the desire to raise the pay for the teachers. The Kansas law segregates how local districts can spend funds, and this creates inefficiency when it comes to solving problems and quickly meeting needs in the Blue Valley schools. So we kind of are exasperated by the state funding formula because Blue Valley taxpayers pay more into the state general fund than it receives back. And so those are my thoughts on that question.
Well, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
You know, K through 12 education system certainly requires accountability measures for student performance. And a lot of that focuses on post-secondary success and career readiness. Do you believe the district is meeting expectations for student achievement?
More recently, no. I would like to say that there was a golden age in Blue Valley. There was, to say that the reputation is not true for the past would be wrong. But right now, the kind of graduates that we're churning out in the last 5 to 10 years are not college ready. And the recent test scores have shown that our graduates are not college ready. And you know, in every school district, you have the upper echelon who's going to do well no matter where they're at. And then you've got that middle class of students, and then you've got the special needs or the children who need extra help. That middle class of students is, in general, it's not ready for college. And we'd like to see some of that change. We need to pay attention to that bulk of students, and we need to get them what they need so that they can succeed, and at the very least get up to writing and reading proficiencies that are, you know, to be expected of Blue Valley students.
You know, from the business community perspective, we know that Kansas is experiencing low unemployment rates. Employers are struggling to find qualified workers. How do you see the school district helping to meet the business community's future workforce needs through work-based learnings, internships, trainings, and other career exploration opportunities?
Yeah, I do know that Blue Valley has programs like the CAPS program, and they have some vocational tech, VOTech programs. I actually think that the biggest issue with the employment and readiness to enter the job market or the workforce has to do more with inspiration and a sense of purpose than maybe technical skills. Although I am a huge proponent for technical skills. I think we should be, and this is getting back to my back to basics approach. If your school district is churning out students who are highly literate and they're critical thinkers, they're clear communicators, they're gonna be a benefit to society, no matter if they're servers or if they're doing blue collar jobs or white collar jobs. You're gonna help society a lot. And so I actually think that envisioning the next generation, giving them vision for all of the possibilities that are at their fingertips, is a huge part of raising these youngsters in our school district. Yeah.
And what are your thoughts on the current efforts in the state legislature to expand school choice?
This is another big one we get at the doors, because in my district, I'm knocking on a lot of doors of parents who are taking their children to private schools, and there is a mass, I would say, mass exodus. There is an exodus away from public school into private school because of some issues. I actually do think that school choice is great accountability for the school system, for parents to be able to say, hey, you know, we're not getting the product, because they're paying for a product. Even the private school parents are paying for a product that they're not necessarily using. But you know, if they're not getting the quality of product that they like, I think they should have a choice to go somewhere else. It provides accountability, which is something I think we really need.
And believe it or not, my last question for you already. You know, other than funding, what do you see as the greatest challenges facing the district right now?
Oh boy. I just want to go back to my beginning point. I think actually our academic excellence and the performance and pulling, there's got to be a way to pull together the teachers, the administration, the parents all together and bringing a sense of unity. I guess that's what I would say, a sense of unity. I think over the last few years, we've seen a split between, the parents and the teachers and the administration, and it actually really does take a village to produce students who are ready for life. And so if we can do that, where we get everyone on the same page agreeing that we want to get back to academic excellence, where we're creating and providing a great product for the customers in our district, I think we could actually turn this ship in the right direction. That's what I see. So a sense of unity unto academic excellence. And so, what I've been saying is I would like to be elected to help lead this district on a path back to Blue Valley excellence.
Well, Rachel, I appreciate you taking a little time to visit with us today. I want to give you a chance to offer any final thoughts you'd like to offer before we wrap it up.
I'm just really honored to have a chance to run. I've talked to thousands of people. I've knocked on thousands of doors, and I just want to encourage everyone to please get out and vote. If what I've said has resounded with you, I want to encourage you to make a difference. Let your voice be heard. Our schools are our future. Our children are going to be our leaders. And so if it matters to you, get out there and vote. And I'd like it if you vote for me.
Well, again, Rachel, thank you so much. And let me remind everybody watching, advance voting in person begins on Saturday, October 28th, and Election Day is Tuesday, November 7th.
Yes.